What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Civilization 5 AI only battle. It's been 2 months, more than two, a lot more than two. I think it's been 3 months, but we won't look into that. We're back. Sort of announced it yesterday in the Discord that I would come back, and I have, which was lucky because the video wasn't made then, and it's still being made now. Things could go wrong, but we're here. While I do that, I should save it. Just saying. But we are back. Apologies for the absence. We're going to try and get something more regular going again. I have no idea. Let's call it comeback game, because then I won't forget which one it is, because there's a lot of saves in there, as you can see. There we go. Just thought I'd better do that before we start. But what we have got today, pretty simple, back to basics. I'm going to be very rusty. I haven't recorded anything in the last 3 months. I haven't spoke. Did I do something special for like the anniversary? I don't even think I did something for that. So yeah, I haven't really spoken to myself for 3 months in a room, so it's different. But yeah, we've got a world map, the sort of old usual one with the big Europe. We've got old world only, and I've kind of given every continent some space to grow. So Australia and Oceania is open as well to give those Asian nations a chance. And I've tried to leave some space, so some big civs are sort of missing out. And I've tried to, like, you know, not overpopulate the map. I think there's 33 civs across the 3 sort of continents. Some areas, obviously, yes, a bit busier than others, but I think there's overall a pretty good balance. I only moved one from their spawn location, which I will, may as well just highlight. I moved India across, which kind of sucks for Siam, but they've got all of this space up here, right? And it's going to force them that way. And India spawned like next to Harappa. And I thought, you know what, this actually looks fine. Mongolia, Russia, Huns fill this space up quite nicely. I was a bit worried that there'd be maybe too much space here, but I think that's going to be fine, especially because we've got Finland. But yeah, I'll go over the civs, and we'll just get right into it. In terms of a schedule, I'm not going to say, because I can't promise anything, but I'll try and be regular. That is the plan. I would hope to be regular. In my mind, what the idea is for content is sort of somewhat regular AI only videos, because they're what people like from Civ 5, and probably have to be more creative as well, because again, as much as I've had a 3-month break, so I'm raring to go, but I know at the end of towards that period, it's not the reason that I stopped, but I was burnt out on like Civ 5 and stuff. But yeah, that's not why I actually stopped. I started a new job, and I just haven't really been able to balance it, and it just kind of, it was like a week of not doing it, and then it rolled into 2 weeks, and after a while it was just like, yeah, no. But I'm ready to try now. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, the idea is to have sort of routine AI only games 4-5 times a week, something like that. Again, not going to say exactly in case, you know, I mess up straight away. If I set something, I like to hit it, or I like things to be organized, so I don't want to set something and then miss it every day, because then I'll feel terrible. So for now, I'm just baby steps. But yeah, so that's that. And then I think I'm going to try and do something a bit more, have maybe one video a week, or just a stream where I'm let's playing or doing whatever, because I know they're generally less popular. I have less time than ever to put into like learning new games, so I know that I have to lean towards trying to be funny or having funny moments, as opposed to, like, you know, I can't do a tutorial. There's always going to be someone that can make one quicker and way better with way more detail than me. Got to know my limits, so I'll try and do that, whether that be again in the form of bringing back the streams. The multiplayer streams obviously were pretty fun as well. Maybe we could bring something like that back, where it's just one committed block of time every week, or I just try and make something, you know, I play a game for a few hours and then I just put out a 15-minute fun video out of that hour or a few hours. That could be something to do as well, for the more hardcore fans. But I'll get into it now. Sorry for delaying. I'll make this I'll give you an extra 5 minutes for this one. Ow, just scratch myself. But yeah, let's do the Civ roster and then we'll get going. So we've got Portugal. Again, I didn't put Spain in because I wanted to give one of them a chance, and for a game with all the new world open, Portugal seemed like the right choice. I guess you could argue that for Spain too, but let's give the Europeans a bit of a chance. France is then quite far away, so again, lots of space. We've got base game England, because the Victoria mod just doesn't work anymore. I remember that from before. Berlin, or Germany I should say. Rome. I left Greece out to give Byzantium a chance, but then I put Wallachia in, so I may have screwed them already. And then the Ottomans here, so Byzantium is sort of forced west straight away to take up the role of Greece. I do a lot of these things hoping stuff will happen, and then I remember that AI just won't do what I want. Wallachia then would hopefully be pushed this way towards the Russians and Huns and Move them out of the way. Got Poland. We've got Finland. Again, it's not really worth having a Sweden or Norway. We'll just leave this as land that, you know, someone like a Germany, Poland or Finland who probably won't get to the New World before England, France and Portugal can at least get some extra territory. Russia, Huns, good separation there. Ottomans, Babylon, Persia and Arabia, all very close to each other, but also a fair bit of space. But I'm sure this will be an early sort of bloodbath region of the map. Harappa, India, Siam. China, Korea, Mongolia make up this northeast corner. There is a lot of mountains, so I hope that's what makes up. There is a bit more space, but there's mountains. Tojo's, Japan, and we are on deity difficulty, as you can see. Domination and cultural victory types are on, so that's sort of, I think that's everything we normally cover. If I forget something, as I said, I'm rusty. It's been 3 months. Carthage, Morocco, Mali, Songhai. I left this area open just to give us some bigger civs in Africa. Egypt, Nubia, Ethiopia, Burundi are there, and I know some people have complained about them being hard to kill, but I have removed Rhodesia, so the Zulu will be pretty strong. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping by removing Rhodesia, all 3 of these civs, they have a lot of space to work with. Hopefully they can all be pretty big, and then we get a bit more of a fight. And again, by removing some of the civs that we normally have here, like a Nigeria, a Benin, Garamantes, we might see some bigger civs in North Africa that can at least defend themselves if a big civ emerges in southern Africa. But there we go. I think that's every civ. Haven't missed anybody. We can go into turn number 2. It's going to go nice and quickly compared to turn 1. But we are off. And again, we'll do the usual stuff. You can pick a winner by the end of this episode, and I'll give you a shout out. I'll try as well. Of course, you should know that if I pick them, they will either die in episode 2 or go on to sort of have some boring existence that manages to make it to the end, but with no real hope of winning. One of the two. But we are going to see some early second cities with the deity difficulty, so that's all exciting. We'll just give them a few turns, and then I'll sort of start moving around, covering all of those. I used to try and track it one at a time, and I've realized that's just not worth it, is it? They're all still going to be there at turn 10 or whatever, so I'll do it then. But yeah, if I just go pinging around who's doing it, it would not really be too efficient. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. I hope you are. Hopefully some of you are still here. I think we've only lost 6 subscribers in the 3 months. So thank you to everyone who stuck around. I guess the thing is, if I'm not posting, you didn't probably know you were still subscribed and didn't want to unsubscribe. So that worked. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. That is the end of turn 5. Has everyone? Not quite everyone's put down a second yet. I'm just going to give them a few more turns, and then yeah, I'll do it all in one at like turn 10 or something. I think that'll just be easier, and then I'll track any religions, anything we get. Oh, pantheons, I should say. A bit early for religions. We get until then. And yeah, I mean, if you want to suggest content, this is like a, this is a get George back into making videos series. If you want to see anything, then do suggest it down below. In fact, I encourage it. I do have the old suggestions list, which I'm sure I will dig into. But yeah, if you've got anything you want to see me do, anything really, just throw it in there. I'll give it a thought, consideration, and a try. Although, yeah, no, anything's possible, probably. I also own Victoria 3, new game that's sort of in the genre that I think most of the audience for this will probably be interested in it, or somewhat, or at least a big chunk of it. I've played it for a few hours. I don't really know what I'm doing, but there you go. That's another piece on the table for games that we could, in theory, do if you want to see me try, or again do something. That might be in that let's play stream category, or if you just want to, I don't know, I think you can run sort of AI sims on there. Again, I don't know. I think because it's early, there won't be mods and stuff, so it might be just sort of a case of doing it once, but it could be interesting still. And I don't really know what's going on either, so that doesn't help. Ethiopia with the first pantheon. They have gone for God of the Sea, one production from fishing boats, which I think suggests random personalities will be on, because Ethiopia normally goes for the protection one to like double their own ability, right? Because they're already a pretty good defending civ. I don't know if it shows me in here. It doesn't, but I think that might be on. But anyway, turn 10, let's have a look. There are a few civs. I say a few, I think 1 or 2. With still 1 city. England is one of them. Maybe it's just not found anywhere they want. France has already grabbed a city along the channel. Portugal moving inwards to take some of Iberia. That makes sense. I'm going to go up into Europe, where Germany has moved west with Hamburg towards the French. Rome moved to southern Italy with their settler. Poland moved east, and Wallachia pushed straight up towards Poland. Finland just moving slowly out of Finland. Russia's gone east. The Huns up towards Russia. Not sure what the Ottomans are doing, but I think they may have got a rough start to life here, as Byzantium went completely the opposite way to where I expected them to go and forward settled them. Babylon, this is going to be gross. As I said, this could be a pretty messy region in the middle of the map. Arabia, with going to Medina in the south. Persia hasn't got anywhere yet, sadly. The Harappas moved down. India went back across. I feel like that's a programmed thing from the AI. Like, Delhi would have been here. We still would put this here. Siam, they're 2 cities. Korea got the southern tip. Japan also went to the south of their island. China straight away forward settling Mongolia. They don't care. Mongolia moving up into the tundra. Down to Africa. 2 cities then for Egypt and Nubia. Carthage went down. Morocco across. Mali pushed towards the Songhai, who also went east. Congo went straight towards Burundi, who grabbed a coastal city. And the Zulu went slightly north. So there we go. That's pretty much everyone. I believe it was Persia, Ottomans and England on 1. England is not as much of a concern super early. The Ottomans actually just put 1 down, so it is now just Persia and England with 1. And Persia, I think we'll find somewhere. They'll probably come up here and get 1. Not that it will be the best location, but maybe these gems or something. It'll work out for them, hopefully. We'll see how things go. But yeah, now we can plow on, get through those early game pantheons. We obviously already saw Ethiopia getting production from fishing boats. I mean, they have 1 fish. Don't know if that was the best choice, but there you go. They don't have particularly many more around them either. That is the choice they've made, I guess. They'll have to settle for it. They can't really change their mind now. Sort of looking to spot any early 3rd cities, but I think it might be a bit too soon for anyone to consider going for that who isn't brave. Maybe one of the civs that's a bit more isolated. Maybe a Mongolia or someone, but I don't... Yeah, no, they are going after China. That's nothing random about that personality there. That was always going to happen. China, why? Why'd you do this? What did we do? Oh no. Pantheons, Poland goes for Goddess of the Hunt, which is 1 food from camps. I mean, they have a couple of camps already, actually. So yeah, that's a pretty good move. I think the bison will be a camp as well, right? So... No, yeah, that's a pretty good move to get some extra food in for them. But yeah, there are some regions of this map that are already much more congested than others. Could lead to some early wars. And for once, Western Europe is not one of those regions. I think these could all be pretty strong civs here. But there we go. Persia with a pantheon. Stone circles, which is faith from quarries. And they have quite a few of those. So we might see a good religion out of Persia. And they did grab a city in the end. And there you go, Babylon already into the classical era, and I'm guessing that's the biggest city in the world. I'm going to guess at 8. Could be completely wrong. Until I get the spy tab, I can't actually sort of sort a list of it. But so we'll give it to them. I can see 7 in Egypt's capital. But yeah, Babylon's at 9 now, so they're climbing. And the Ottomans are moving into the Arabian Peninsula as well. Ooh, they're going to have an empire that stretches, yeah, all the way from Crimea down to... down there to Ankara, so that is, yeah, that's an interesting sort of a long line. You expect more of a cross and into the Arabian Peninsula, but they've gone for more of the long line empire there. Zulu grab a 3rd city, and Burundi, if they settle here, that would be funny. That would be very funny. Korea has 3 cities now, as does Japan, so some early civs getting up cities number their 3rd cities. See, you can see the rust, it's in there. This does feel really weird. There you go, Rome grabbing a 3rd city at the top of Italy, and they actually have a 4th settler up as well, and France is going to forward settle right towards Germany. England's just being slow. Again, I think it's fine, because I don't think they may actively be choosing not to settle. I don't think it's the case of them being broken, as we've seen with other civs in the past. Portugal grabbed the Rock of Gibraltar. Carthage, Morocco now with a 3rd city already towards the Songhai, and already the territory is filling up pretty quickly. China with another city towards Mongolia. This is going to be interesting. I don't know. The only thing that might work in their favour here for China, they need some time to build some more units, but if they can hold on for long enough, Mongolia attacking 2 cities at once may not be the best. Work out too well. Burundi did put that settler down. They backed off a little bit, which is good news. In Congo, that is not Congo, sorry, that is Nubia coming all the way down towards Congo, but you can see Congo and Ethiopia now with settlers looking for some more territory. Babylon grabs a pantheon, which will give them faith from desert tiles. Yes, that will be pretty useful for them. So they could be a strong science and faith civ, which would be pretty awesome for them. The Greek territory that I left open just seems unwanted. Wallachia is now pushed in towards sort of Austria-Hungary region, towards Germany. So maybe Germany's going to have to go on the offensive early to get any more territory, although Denmark is still here. You can see the French and England now crossing over to steal some land in the Netherlands. Wow, and Russia gets the Great Library. They also have a settler, as do Poland. 2 for Poland, which are heading up. And Finland maybe want to do something to not get stuck in a corner as Russia grab the city of Novgorod. There we go, the Huns still with 2, and not looking as scary as they normally do. Not a big build-up of units just yet. No other settlers for Mongolia. Siam is pushing north. I'm guessing based on England's progress, I know England gets some naval bonuses, so it might take a little longer for the other civs, but soon we'll see some other civs, sort of maybe Siam, India, heading towards the Indonesian islands. Maybe Japan will grab a bit more territory elsewhere. Korea with settlers 4 and 5. Wow. Ethiopia found Eastern Orthodoxy. We will look at all the religions once they're sort of formed, once they're all taken. Japan gets 1 with nature, 4 faith from natural wonders. So yeah, Mount Fuji will be giving them some bonus faith, which is very useful for them. And I mean, they could also, I guess, in terms of location, there's loads in North America, but they could get Krakatoa as well, depending on where they settle. Still no wars, very early on, of course. So I saw Arabia have grabbed a city here in the corner, Damascus. Yeah, oh, that reminds me as we look at the Middle East. I was thinking of a World Cup themed game to come back, you know, topical. But I thought it would just be too hard to find the mods for all the different civs. As my first one back, I thought, no, let's keep it simple. Let's do a game where the civs have lots of space and I don't have to do too much editing. As Nubia completes Stonehenge, which will be a lot of faith and probably get them towards a religion very soon, or even a pantheon, because they don't even have one of those. Congos have settled up here. I apologise, this is going to be hard. It's kind of the same colour, and then Congo's slightly red, brown, more brown coloured, and then this is more of a dark brown, and this is more of a reddy brown. Not particularly great for those who maybe, well, definitely if you struggle to see, I apologise, because I'm struggling to see, and I can see sort of okay, so that's not good. Rome with 2 settlers heading out. I missed that pantheon, sorry. Is there a, it's in here, right? No, it's not. Oh, it'll be in here. But Poland, did I know? Maybe it was the Byzantine one, but I feel like we didn't know about Mali either, so one of those 2. There we go. I've obviously missed a few of them. But yeah, a lot of settlers for certain civs. Rome going to mind. Portugal going to get another one. Germany just spamming scouts into Iberia. Mali grabs a 3rd city and a first coastal one. Just going to check. It would be ridiculously early, but you never know. No one's over there, thank goodness. Okay. Poland never put down that 3rd or 4th settler. In fact, they're going further afield. Rome grabs a 4th city at the top of Italy, and there's probably going to end up getting sort of Albania, forming all the Balkans for themselves here, because no one else has tried. But now Germany and Wallachia are teaming up against them in the first war, so that is going to be interesting. Germany and Wallachia trying to contain the early Roman expansion. And now we have more wars breaking out, of course. Babylon founds Islam, so they could be really strong. I mean, they have to get out of the sort of melee of all the civs around them, but if they could be really strong. I saw the Ottomans as well, sneaking in another city here towards Wallachia. I feel like Wallachia might be a bit annoyed. I mean, they should have, if they'd have, I mean, one, they should have settled here themselves, so that's their own fault for Rome getting there, but they could have easily taken some cities here. I guess this one's pretty difficult to get at the moment, but yeah, they could have got that one. But either way, the Ottomans will have to defend because they are at war with Byzantium, who don't have too many units, and Arabia, who have a few, but They might come over. I don't want to say they're not close enough, and then they do. And then Russia and Germany joins the dog pile. Germany won't be able to do much, and probably neither will Russia in this war. But that doesn't look good for the Ottos. They probably don't want that. And China completes the Temple of Artemis for themselves. That's pretty good. Pretty good for them. Again, like I said, if China, the longer they go, the better. And you can already see Poland and Korea coming to take some of that space that Mongolia usually thrives in. So that's interesting. And we get more wars. Mongolia teaming up with the Huns against China. Yeah, China could lose everything here. Never mind. But hopefully we maybe get a strong Korea. That would be fun. We haven't had that for a while. So yeah, that's that war. And then Rome, not worrying about their wars in the north, attacks Portugal with France. And yeah, you can see why. This city here, probably the cause of that one. But Portugal's going to grab another city here towards Barcelona anyway, or what would be modern day Barcelona. So that's pretty useful. The map is already looking packed. India, the Harappa have already cut them off, so that's going to be, probably need to have a conflict pretty soon. Persia completes the mausoleum, which is good for them. And yeah, Poland did settle out here, sort of in the wilderness. Here we go. Mongolia should take the first city of the series here. Ooh, no, not quite yet. And China actually putting up an okay defensive job. I think they will lose it, but still. Oh, it's because Mongolia's maybe thought about getting Beijing. But look at Korea, another city here in Daegu. And if this one as well, yeah, they're starting to look pretty interesting. I mean, if this comes back here, that would be ideal. Terracotta Army for Nubia, which gives them some extra troops. And then Wallachia also founds Catholicism, which is our third full religion. And they're all pretty spaced out. Wallachia, Babylon, and Ethiopia as another pantheon. We'll ignore the pantheons now and focus on religions. Korea gets the Great Lighthouse. Makes them even more of a threat out there towards Japan. Sorry, I have clicked on the wrong monitor. I don't think anything happened on the video, but oh, there we go. So you can see it reloading, but there we go. My mistake. We're back. For me, I'm back. You didn't go anywhere. But there we go. Great library. And we saw there, just as I did that mistake, Germany settling Munich in Denmark, which gives them, of course, control of the access, at least for now, to the Baltic. I imagine England will probably block them off sooner or later, or maybe even France. But that could affect, maybe not Poland, but definitely Finland for the foreseeable future, as Persia founds Zoroastrianism. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but there we go. And Rome did grab Ravenna here, so a fifth city for them towards sort of Albania, Croatia, the Balkans. I don't want to... This map's too big for me to pick out a specific country, so I'll just say the Balkans. But Greece remains untouched. And yeah, Portugal did grab another city here. Let's have a look. Zulu have a lot of units, but haven't done too much. Burundi here. Congo have their 3 cities, as do Nubia. We won't worry too much about food right now. We have the info addicts on to have a look later. Ethiopia with their 3. Egypt, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to do a look around. We'll do a little map review in a minute's time. But I've only got 2 minutes left anyway. Hanging Gardens, though, for Harappa. Means they will have some good population. Oh, that's turn 50, actually. That's a good end point, as there you go. Guangzhou has fallen to Mongolia. And Babylon joins the war against the Ottomans, which is probably smart, but a lot of these civs have no units, so it's not really working out for them. And the same goes to Babylon here. And Japan founded Shinto. But there we go. If you want to make your pick, I'm going to do the map review now. So you can see Portugal here with their 5 cities, although they are at war with France. France with 3 so far. Here is England, Germany, Rome, Wallachia, Poland, and of course they have another city, maybe another one soon over there. Russia with 3, 2 for Finland, 4 for the Ottomans. So there you go, more impressive. Byzantium with only 2, 2 for the Huns as well, 2 for Babylon, 2 for Persia, 3 through Arabia, 2 for Harappa, 2 for India, 3 for Siam, 4, potentially 5 for Korea, 3 for Mongolia, 2 left for China, 3 for Japan, although they do have a settler there. Of course, don't forget there's a lot of empty space all over the map. The Indonesia sort of region, or the Pacific, Australia, North and South America as well. Scandinavia, it's a bit of a smaller one as well. Over in Africa, we have 2 cities for Egypt, 3 for Nubia, 3 for Ethiopia, 3 for Burundi, 3 for the Zulu, 3 for Congo, 2 for Songhai, 3 for Mali, 3 for Morocco, 2 for Carthage with a good amount of units as well. But there you go. Feel free to make your choices. I have no idea. I never actually think this through. I get to this point and I haven't considered it at all. I think I miss Finland, but they have 2 and a settler here as well. I'm going to go with... I'm torn between Rome, who are doing pretty well in Europe, and Korea. Because I'm going to root for... Nope, I couldn't bring... I thought I was just going to say it and it would come out. I'm going to go with Korea. We'll see what happens. Maybe that's the wrong choice, but it doesn't matter too much. In fact, knowing the curse, it probably doesn't matter who I pick. There's no right choice. But be sure to let me know who your pick is down below. Once again, to those of you who've watched this far, a huge thank you and apologies for the wait. I don't want to promise when episode 2 is. Could be Tuesday, could be Wednesday, you know, so tomorrow or the next day if you're watching it in the future, and that's confusing. So I don't want to make any promises. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel or returning. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.